Hello.
Hello.
Am I audible?
Yeah.
Okay. And the slides are moving, right? Okay. All of you, can you just tell me if my slides are moving?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. Irfana, can you just mute all of them? Maybe towards the Yes. Hi, everyone. Sorry for the delay. We had some technical difficulties, so that's what. So before we start our session, I officially welcome you all. And can you all tell me fast, very quickly, where and from which part of India are you from? So I get to know where our audience is from.
Kerala, ma'am.
Yeah, can you all mute yourself, please?
Kerala.
Just type in the comments. No need to tell in the audio. Can you all mute yourself? I can listen. I can hear a lot of noises. Yeah. All right. So whenever I'm asking you a question, please type down in the comment box. Okay. Cool. So we'll get into the session. Okay. We have a lot of people from Kerala, Chennai, and so many other different states I can see. Cool. All right. So we are starting our session. Okay. So as we all know, our topic of today is personal development. All right. I will be leading you through. Irfana, are you there? I mean, I think few of them have still not muted it. So can you do that for me? Yeah. Okay. Thank you. So yeah, as I'm sure, like a lot of you want to know about how is it to develop ourselves personally. You would have sat for like a lot of different sessions by now. We have like a lot of sessions going on these days. So, but then this one, I'm sure this is going to be different than all of that. Okay. So in this session, I will be guiding you through a 3-step process where you will be delving through steps in which you could possibly invest in yourself using all the steps that I'll be telling you. So before that, I know many of you who wouldn't be knowing me. So that's me. My name is Raifa, and I've been working as a business development coordinator with a company in Dubai, and also heading a lot of youth leadership programs and mentoring a lot of students as well. So I'm also doing my chartership in HR and L&D. So I hope that was clear for you. And I'm here today because I love helping people to achieve their dreams. So yeah, that's it. Okay, so in this session, it's not just me coming and telling you some stuff and leaving away. I want like good interaction from all of you. So I'll be asking questions and I want you to answer it, okay? Like very quickly. If we don't have much time, we just started very slowly. So I mean, late. So yeah. So as you can see, we have like a lot of phases over here. We have before that, I want to ask you a mystery question, okay? So this whole session is compiled in 6 modules, and all of my sessions start with a mystery question. So I'll be asking a question followed by some pictures. Okay, so now you can see Will Smith, and then you can see Thomas Alva Edison, lot other successful personalities. We have J.K. Rowling, we have Warren Buffett, and we have Bill Gates, we have Barack Obama, we have Oprah Winfrey, and a lot many other similar phases. All right, are you all with me? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So we have a lot of phases, similar phases, and all of them are very successful people. Okay, they've all proved in their own field. So now my question for you is that all of them are having something in common. Okay, all of them, yes, all of them are very successful people. They've achieved in their own sectors, but then there is something that they have in common, and I want you to think about it. Okay, I know it's interesting, so I want you to think about it. I mean, towards the end of the session, I will be answering it, but I want you to keep in mind this question. And before that, I will be giving some clues. Okay, I'll just give you some few pointers to what the answer would be. Okay, so the answer for this question is something that will improve someone's focus and concentration. And then it is actually an effective way to reduce stress. And also it actually slows down the process of dementia and Alzheimer's disease as well. These are some pointers I want to give you. So I want you all to keep this in mind and then sit for the session. All right. So as I told you, we covered successful people are having something in common. And then there is some additional benefits that these answers will provide you. And I want you to keep guessing throughout the session as well. So with that being said, we will resume. Okay. So now what is personal development? This is some word that you've all, heard every time in your life, right? So personal development is nothing but it is a conscious pursuit of personal growth by expanding self-awareness, knowledge, and personal skills. Now, I want all of you to take note of these 3 words, okay? Self-awareness, knowledge, and personal skills. So that's like a cliche definition. You all might be knowing it already, but I will be taking you through some benefits and why is even personal development important, okay? So that is, first one is strength, okay? Now, how is it going to help you? Now, when you develop yourself personally, it actually takes you through a pathway from which you will be good at something to be great at something, okay? And it also gives you a lot of tools for your future. It actually equips you for the future because you're being upskilling yourself. So that's one thing. And then comes confidence. Now, confidence, when you're doing something really good, see, when you're doing something really good and when you're good at it, you build confidence. And when you have when you have a lot of confidence in you, then there are chances that you will be accomplishing more in life. and and people from all the realms, let's say from organizations, from institutions, from your family, from your community, all of them need people who are accomplished and people who are confident. Next is about self-awareness. Now, how is self-awareness going to help you? Now, being self-aware, it will tell you what things you're good at, okay? What are your strengths and what isn't working for you? So how this will help you? It's actually going to give you direction in life, and it is also going to tell you, give you a better understanding as to how to pursue your way forward. Like, you will know that this is my skills and these are my weaknesses, and I'll have to work through it. This is the kind of awareness that, being if we have like the skills necessary, and if you are really developed personally, these are some stuffs that we will own. And for you to be competent, we need to work for us to be futuristic. See, let's say I want to be successful in the future, I will have to work on it this year. And for me to be successful again, I'll have to work on the consecutive years as well. So it is actually not stopping. Like, there is a misconception that all of us, when we graduate from our schools or colleges, we tend to feel that education stops there. See, education is never about the degree or the kind of accolades we have. Okay, so it's actually a continuous process, and that's why I am here to tell you. You know, so education doesn't stop. It actually stays with us for the lifetime. So now, for us to be successful in the future, we need to start working on ourselves. So we have to become valuable in every other sense. Now, I have told you about personal development and the benefits and all of that. Now, there might be people who think, I am not much care. I don't bother much about personal development. For me, it's all about money. Okay. So if you are one of such person, if money is your main concern, then I need to tell you this quote, that is, income rarely exceeds personal development. All right. For me to explain it better, I can tell you, one thing. Okay. Now, let's say you're a very talented person. See, but your company, how much ever talented you are from one month to the another month, from this day to another day, your company is only going to pay you a definite sum of amount, right? Sum of money. So how much ever skilled you are, company cannot keep paying you more. So that's one thing. So income rarely exceeds personal development. So now that is for the group of people who think, money is more important. I want to be wealthy and stuff. Now, if you are someone who is very, ambitious about your job, if you want to get the job you want, or if you want to progress in your career, uh, ladder, or let's say if not job, you want to create a company of your own, you want to, hire some staff, and you want to build your own empire. Now, for that to happen, again, it's not an easy task. Yeah, there is a lot of competition these days. There is another company that is booming up every single minute. And when you join a company, you might be the topper in your school, you might be the topper in your like family, all of that. But then let's say if you join an MNC or a big company, you might not be enough there. So what I'm trying to say is that competition is everywhere. Now, for you to have a competitive edge, you need to keep developing yourself. So now, another question I want to put out is there. All of you, I'm sure all of you are students, or some of you have graduated as well. So now, if you have graduated, how valuable are you really from your friends? Like, all of you have graduated, right? So how valuable? These are questions I want you to think. Okay. So how valuable are you from the rest of the crowd, from the rest of the people who graduated, and how will you be different? And now, how are you different from today to become a better person tomorrow? What are the things that you're doing right now? These are pointers I want to guide through. Okay. And let's say you want to improve in your career, or if you want to switch jobs, if you want to do more in your professional aspect. For that as well, you need to be upskilled, right? So for you to do that, for you to unleash your potential, there is something that you need to do. Yeah. So this is Warren Buffett. I'm sure most of you might be knowing. So most of you might be knowing. So he says, what does he say? That there is some investment that supersedes all others. Okay. Invest in yourself. Nobody can take over the skill that you have, that you got in yourself. And everybody has a potential that is not used it. So many of you might, I know there are like two categories of people, attending the session. One might be very talented and you know what you're doing, you know your game, but there will be another, group of people who think, I don't have any talent. I don't think I have any talent, just because you didn't explore enough. Okay. So what you should do, all of us are special. All of us do have talent, but it's about finding it. And the best investment you can make in your lifetime is about investing in yourself. Now, I have given you enough introduction as to what is personal development, continuous personal development, and what are the benefits of, pursuing, personally developing yourself continuously. I've given some pointers as well. Now, in the further modules, I will be guiding you through steps in which you can steps that you can adopt in your life. All right. So we have three parts. That is, one is our attitude, then we have the physical, and then we have the mental. So these are the three sections I will be covering today. All right. So I have got, like, if I have discussed with Irfana, and she actually told me that she'll be providing with your email IDs, all of yours. So I will be sending a worksheet to all of you. Okay. So you might be not having now, but after the session, you will be receiving that. So this is a question that I have in that worksheet. This is a question to all of you. Aside from the school related activities, such as studying for classes, you have to list some things you've done in the last 12 months to work on your own personal development. If you're not just, if you've graduated, then apart from your work life, like apart from the job you do every day, the mundane tasks that you're doing every day, what is that one thing that you've been doing other than job, or other than studying for your exams and stuff like that? You get me? Are y'all with me? Yes or no?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So what is it that you've done? Have you read some books, or have you taken some certifications from any institutes, or have you worked on your skills, or have you taken a part-time job or an internship while studying, so that it will be helpful for your career or the industry that you are working for? You're looking forward to work in. So these are some questions you should ask yourself. And another thing I want to ask you is about your personal philosophy in life. Okay. So what exactly is a personal philosophy? It's something that it's a philosophy or an attitude that actually drives us. All right. So it can be difficult for me to ask you when I'm trying to get answers right now, because some of you might have thought about it, but some of you might not have thought about it. Okay. So it's a little difficult. It'll take some time, but I want you to keep this in mind, and I want you to write down in the worksheet as well. In the worksheet. Okay. So it's about the leading thoughts that drive us to work forward in life. Okay. So it's just a pointer that you should be working on. So now is the main part. Okay. Now we are going to talk about the right attitude that all of us should be having. Okay. So now it'll be easy. Like when you have accomplished something, when you won something, it's easier to be proud about and to be confident about what you've done, right? Because you're getting accolades, and people are actually, what do you call, appreciating you for the work you've done. So this is something common. We all are doing it, right? But so now let's say you've miserably failed in something. Okay, you've not been able to achieve that thing that you thought you will be doing. Okay. So yeah, so if that comes, will all you be happy, motivated, sad? What is it that, let's say you have planned something, okay, but that isn't happening? So how will you feel? Can I get the feelings in the comment box? See, if you worked for something, നിങ്ങൾ എന്തെങ്കിലും ഒരു കാര്യത്തിന് വേണ്ടി you have worked for, but then നമ്മൾ ഉദ്ദേശിച്ച ആ കാര്യം സംഭവിച്ചില്ല, നടന്നില്ല. Okay, then what is it that, like, how do you feel? Sad or frustrated? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Cool. So I can see that people are telling that you feel frustrated, sad, and stuff like that. So that is something that all of us will be doing. Okay. So, but we will be frowning about, now we have COVID times, people are already scared about the jobs and stuff like that. Okay. And we kind of frown about the economy is too bad. The laws and regulations here are too strict. There's too much competition. Like, there is too much competition, otherwise I would have easily cracked. That's one major excuse all of us do tell, then no one ever have taught me how to do it. And how will I be able to do that? Yeah, these are the kind of answers we get usually. But I'm telling you, it is actually the philosophy of the poor to blame others, while it's the philosophy of the rich to blame ourselves. Yeah. So you should not be blaming others when things are not working for you. Okay. And it's okay to feel sad, or it's okay to feel mindful about what you're doing, but never ever blame others. If something has not worked the way you want it to be, then you should ask yourself, what did you do wrong? Like, how could you possibly change the situation? What should you be doing right? What are the corrective measures I could have done in place of that? So ask solution to yourself. So then there are like two principles that I want to take you through. It's not what happens that determines a major part of our future. All right, what happens to us happens to all of us. Yeah, the key is what you do about it. As I told you, key is to think about the corrective measures and what you could have done differently. Like, there are a lot of tragedies that happen in all our lives. Something have happened with me. Some other things might be happening with you, but that doesn't mean we have an easy life, right? So whatever happens, whatever mistakes happen to us, we should possibly introspect about what went wrong. And then we have another principle, that is, what you have at the moment is what you have attracted by the person you have become. Okay. So let's say you are whatever failures, whatever success that you have right now is because of the person you've become today. Yeah. And whatever success or failure you will have in your future is because of the person you've become in the future. You getting my point? അതായത് ഇപ്പം നമുക്കൊരു ഫെയിലിയർ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ സക്സസ് നമ്മൾ കോൺഫ്രണ്ട് ചെയ്ത് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ, ഇറ്റ്സ് ബിക്കോസ് നമ്മൾ എന്തോ തെറ്റായി ചെയ്തു, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ നമ്മൾ ശരിക്കും എന്തെങ്കിലും സക്സസ് ഫ്രൂട്ട്ഫുൾ ആയിട്ട് ഇംപ്ലിമെന്റ് ചെയ്ത കാരണമായിരിക്കും the result is coming. Okay. So but then in future we have to work for it. Like, if in future you confront what do you call a success, it's because you've done something today. Otherwise you can't expect to reap something tomorrow. So who do you need to become? That's another question. You need to become that magnet. Okay. What magnet? I'm sure a lot of you might be knowing the law of attraction. Yeah. So yeah, a lot of you might be knowing the law of attraction. It is nothing but to become what you want to be, so that you attract new opportunities, new doors, and new avenues to yourself. You getting my point? So that you will become better tomorrow and more successful in your ventures. So you need to become the person you want to become at first, and then you will slowly start attracting opportunities and new avenues to yourself. That is called as law of attraction. So you need to become that person, that magnet. Now, this is Jim Rohn. How many of you know Jim Rohn? Can I get some yes or no's?
No, no.
Okay.
No, madam, we don't know.
All right, all right. So Jim Rohn is actually an evangelist in personal development journey, and he's also an entrepreneur, and is very successful as well. So now he has some excellent pointers for all of us. Okay, we'll check into that. So if you will change, everything will change for you. To have more, you must become more. As I told you, everyone want to have more money, right? We want to have like a hadiboli job, and we want to excel and be successful and all of that. But for you to become more in future, you need to be more than what you are today. That's what. And then don't wish it was easier, wish you were better. If something isn't working for you now, it is we have like a very bad situation going on right now because of the COVID situation. So all of us are kind of frowning, and worrying about less job opportunities, and what will we do, and what if my job does not even exist a few years from now. So things, typical attitudes that people are showing these days. But how about trying to combat all those? How about trying to work on your skills? How about trying to upskill yourself? So that is something you should be doing. And don't wish for fewer problems. You need to wish for more skills, and you have to start working on yourself. Yeah. So that's one thing I want to tell you. And as I told you, you will be getting a worksheet. So in that, I want all of you to write a few sentences on your attitude and philosophy on life. So it's entirely up to you on what you write. Okay. So there is no right and wrong. You can really write what comes to you. You can think about it. If you have not yet thought about it, you can think about it and make sure you're writing something that is going to be helpful, that is going to help you achieve being successful in future. So with that, we covered our first section, that was attitude. All right. So now you know what is the right attitude that all of us must be having. Now, the next section is about healthy habits. Yeah, it's about physique. Okay. All right. So that's something everyone knows. So we need to have, like, I want to tell you, our body is our temple. Yeah. Now, for you to achieve all of these things and for us to be really strong in our vision, we need to have like a good body, which is healthy. Okay. So ask yourself, if you're having good health goals, how many of you here have good health goals? As in, how many of you are working out every day? How many of you doing meditation? If yes, type in yes. I'm sure many of you will be having goals in life, but how many of you are having health goals? Oh, that's great.
Yeah, I go for walking daily.
That's great. That's great. Yeah. So, health goals is something that we need to have in life. So, what is the first thing? First thing, we need to have a professional goals. Okay, things that we need to achieve in our life. Okay. Now, second is about yeah, it's good. I can see a lot of yes coming in. It's good. So, second is about how we equip ourselves. Okay. Now, for us to enjoy a lot of time on earth, we need to be really, healthy enough. Otherwise, we may leave very soon, and nobody of us want that, right? So work on your health, and because your body is your only body, you cannot replace it with someone else, right? So it's your temple. So respect it and work on it. So that's one thing. And start thinking, are you walking every day? Are you doing something to your body? Are you meditating? Are you having like good food, like good proteins and enough carbs and healthy, are you eating healthy vegetables and fruits and everything? So you know what the healthy habits are, just that you know some of us are laggard in doing that, including me. But yeah, so I'm also working on it. So yeah. So apart from that, you need to ask yourself, what are the bad habits that you're doing? Are you smoking? Is it actually benefiting you? What are the other things? Are you drinking? Is there something that you're doing bad to your health? Yeah, think about it, because all of these things are not going to what do you call, are not going to help you in a longer term. So next is about your appearance, the way we look. Okay, so the key is to become very presentable. Not like you don't want to have like a really branded clothes or something to look presentable. You need to be like really presentable. Why? Because it's people who are actually going to give you opportunities in life, be it in terms of job or be it in terms of any other thing. Okay, people are going to give you opportunities in life. And sadly, even I know some of you won't agree with it, that looks don't matter and it's the skill and everything. It is, yes, absolutely, it's the skill, but you know people do judge, and that's a sad reality. So for that not to happen, you should be presentable. Okay, so that people don't frown looking at you. You have to be ready for it. You have to be professional and ambitious in every which way possible. So that's one thing you should be doing, so that you don't miss out on opportunities. Okay, now is about the, like, what impression do you leave every day? Okay, so we're all humans, we live every day, we wake up and then yeah, we do our stuff and then we go sleep and all of that. So in between this, okay, in this time span, there are different types of people that we meet. Yeah, so whenever we meet each and every whenever we meet people, we are actually giving an impression about ourselves. The larger the number of people we meet, the stronger the impression is. So think about, what kind of impression are you giving to the people that you're meeting? You should be very mindful about your appearance, about your skills, and your whole attitude. Okay, because each person comes with each opportunity. Who knows? So you have to be very prepared and ready to give your best every time. the best for the day. So you need to think about what kind of reputation you want to give them. Like, how do you want to identify? How do you want others to identify you as? It will be personal. It will be different for everyone. Okay, it might be someone will would want to identify them as someone who would want others to identify them as a good artist, someone who sings well, someone who does good pictures, and someone who writes well, all of that. Some others would want to identify them as entrepreneurs. Someone someone would want them to want to project themselves as CEO. So it depends. People have different dreams. So think about what kind of a person you want to become and work on all of those attributes. Work on your reputation. So now, again, these are some questions that you will have in your worksheet. Make sure you're filling it, okay? You have to list your healthy habits, you have to list your unhealthy habits, and not just that, listing down does not work. You have to also list down how you will develop all of these, okay? If you don't have healthy habits, you need to write down what you will be doing so that you become better tomorrow. If you have unhealthy habits, write down what you will do so that you lessen your unhealthy habits. You're with me? Are y'all with me?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
yes, ma'am.
So
Yeah.
yeah. So and then now we have our last section, that is mentality. All right. So it's about the mentality. What knowledge and skills are you acquiring? So it's about feeding your mind now. Okay, you've worked on your attitude, you've worked on your body, your health, everything all set, cool, and now you need to work on your mind. What are you feeding your mind? Before that, I have a question to all of you. How do you define success? Like, what is success for you? What does it mean to be successful in life? What are you all, what is that one thing that's driving you? Attaining
Happiness
our
is
goal, says
like
Bimal. Okay.
the successness.
Happiness. Okay. Happiness, says Ria. Achieving our dream, aim, says Ashwati.
The ability to move forward despite the situations.
Cool, cool, cool. Okay. To fulfill our purpose, success is our duty, and we have a lot of other answers as well. Cool. Okay. So again, as I told you, success is again, it's personal. Okay. It depends from one person to another. What is success for me might not be the one for you. Okay, so all of you must be clear about one thing. What do you want in life, and then work towards it. So today I am bringing another definition. We have like umpteen number of definitions in the internet and everywhere, but I'm giving you another one definition, that is this one. Success is being willing to do what others are not willing to do. Okay, now when you want something to happen for you, when you want things to go different with you, when you want to achieve something, provided we have a lot of competition. Okay, it's not just you doing things. Okay, if it was just you doing things would have been easy for everyone. But sadly we are racing with a lot of other people as well. The competition is high. So what you should be doing differently? Then you will have these kind of questions coming in your mind. What knowledge and skills do I need? What knowledge and skills do I want? Now when it comes to needs and wants, there's a slight difference. Okay, needs is of have like a higher priority when it comes to wants. Need is something that's compulsory. For you to get an engineering job, you need to be a BTech graduate. I mean, degree is not something that is really sought after today, but then you need to have technical knowledge per se. Yeah, so that is a need. Okay, otherwise you can't just aspire to become an engineer, and if you're left out with no technical knowledge, then that doesn't work. Yeah, so need is something which is compulsory, something of higher priority. Want is something that you think is going to benefit you. Okay, something that you think, okay, I will do this today, maybe it will be of benefit tomorrow. Then we have now another question, that is, how do I get there? Like, how can I get them? When do I get them? Such kind of questions. Or where do I get them? All of that. So my answer is books. I know it sounds really, really cliche, but sadly, the answer is books. So I want to ask all of you, how many of you have a habit of reading? Okay. Just give me a moment. Just give me a moment. Can you all see this? Are the slides moving? Hello? Are the slides moving? Yes or no? Yeah, yes.
Yes,
Yes,
madam.
ma'am.
Yes, madam.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, we can see.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
okay, okay. Yeah. So, but the I can see some of you have answered yes for it. I'm really glad, you're reading books, but not many of many of us today read books. I mean, we do read books. I can see that, but then there are a lot of people who don't really, what do you call, give much importance to book. Now, there is this one factor that is seen in every successful people. That is, it's not an accident that successful people read books. You take anyone, take any kind of entrepreneur, take any kind of successful people. Let's say Shah Rukh Khan or Elon Musk or Gary Vee, or you take in any kind of people from any realms of life. All of them will be reading books. So you might be thinking, why should Shah Rukh Khan read a book? In an interview, he was just telling that he don't have much time to read books. Am I not audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So yeah, so he says that he don't have much time to read books when in the middle of shooting and stuff, but then he really makes a time when he's on flight or when he's traveling. So that's the kind of priority people are giving for reading and all of that. How many of us are doing it really? How many of you have a to do? I mean, a list of books that you want to read? And how many books are you reading a month or a year? Can I get some numbers? Some says 3, and some says 3 again. 2 per month. 2. Okay. So I can see some numbers less than 5 coming in. But I'm glad that, I get, yeah. Okay. So I mean, as a beginner, for starters, it's a good number. I mean, it's better to start with than not even starting, right? So we need to have, like, as I told you, as we have a professional goal set, we have our health goal set, we have our kind of skill set that we're clear about the skill set that we want to achieve. Okay. Similarly, we need to have a goal of reading some some number of books and the kind of skills we need to acquire from them. We need to be really sure about it. We need to be very particular about it. In America, about 10 to 12 people read about 10 to 12 books per month. That's the kind of statistics that comes out. So we need to actually improve ourselves to that level. There is this amazing quote. I mean, it's an amazing excerpt from another book of Jim Rohn. He says, the habit of reading is a major stepping stone in the development of a sound philosophical foundation. Now, as I told you, I have asked so many of you about the philosophy in life, right? So some of you might have thought about it, some of you might not be thinking about it. But if you are a reader, if you have had enough experience reading and stuff like that, thoughts come to you naturally. You will have a different thought from uh, you will have a different thought than from your than that's similar to your friends. That's one thing. It really helps in building your thoughts, and it is really fundamental, and it's in the process of success, okay, and happiness. So for you to be successful, you need to know, how can I reach there? And in books, we have a lot of stories coming in. We have a lot of failure stories, we have success stories, we have we even have like autobiographies of people who have achieved in life. So nobody's going to tell you, nobody in your family or your friends is going to come and you teach, see, I did this, I did that, and it's going to take n number of days to do that. But otherwise, in books, they've written it so clearly. They've written it so that the people of future benefit. So you need to make sure, and you need to grab those gems, and make sure you're putting it to best use. Now, all of the books that we will ever need to make us healthy, rich, and happy, powerful, everything, it's already been written. So what I'm telling you that it's a treasure. It's already been written. Why should you go check anywhere else? It's written, just that you need to take that action. Just that you need to take the initial effort to go take them, grab them, read and implement. Implement. That's the key. Okay. So rest you can read. And also there is something about writing down I want to tell you, emphasize on. That's from major everyone, all people who have excelled in life do write down their experiences, and also they do write down what they want to become. I know most of us will want to have, I mean, we'll have ideas, we'll have thoughts that we want to convert in life, but how many of us are actually writing it down? That's another question. Okay, so it's about, there is a different whole what do you call, there's a different whole energy, and there is a different whole different clarity that comes when you're writing things down. So when you want to achieve things, do write down. Okay, so that's one thing. Now almost everything that you need to know is out there in books waiting for you. As I told you, you just need to take the actions and implement them. So, okay. So can you all name one book that changed your life in a positive way? Can you all think about it? If you don't have any answer, it's okay. But then think about it. Okay. Just make sure you read such a book, which will change your life. For me, it is Crush It, and then there is Ikigai, and then there is Atomic Habits. So these are some of the books. Atomic Habits, yeah. Who said that? Then Shad. Okay. Wings of Fire is an excellent book. Yeah. Think and Yeah, that's an amazing book. You all should read it. Think and Grow Rich is an amazing book. We have Crush It. We have Seven Habits of Highly Successful. That's something which I've read. All right. Okay. So you have to make sure you read some book. Let it be fiction, non-fiction, whatever. That doesn't matter. Something that really, if you're someone who's lazy when it comes to reading, then you should probably go for some book that really excites you. Some random topic that you are interested. If you're interested in gaming, go for some such books. If you're interested to know about cooking, what do you call, culinary arts and everything, you can go for it. If you're interested about personality development or entrepreneurship and stuff like that, you should go for such books. So whatever interests you, go for it. Just because some of your friend or family told you this book is good enough, you should read it. That doesn't work that way. Yeah. And also think about a book that you are hoping to read. I want all of you to note down this and then think about it. Okay. So think about some books that you want to read in future. And also think about what successful people would you like to read about. Just reading doesn't work. You need to also know experiences, right? So we want to know the experience of people who did well in life. All right. So it's all clearly written in books. So you just need to go grab them and read it. So I want you to have a list of books which is going to actually change yourself in a positive way. That's one thing you should ask yourself. And then you need to have books that you're hoping to read. That you should have like a TBR list, the books you are meaning to read. Then I want you all to think about some successful people. So when you're choosing the successful people, something that I have to suggest you is that choose someone in your industry. Okay, choose someone who's really famous in your area. You are actually wishing to succeed in your industry. I mean, there will be some industry that you're looking for. I mean, it might be education, it might be IT, it might be business, it might be all of that. So think about a successful person who has excelled really well in that industry, and then go for it. So with that, we have almost come to the end of our session. So now I'm getting back to the question, the mystery question that I did ask all of you. Okay. So what is it one thing that people say help them with their significant successes? Now, all of these successful people you're seeing right in front of you in the screen, all of them have something in common. What is that? Can you all just tell me it? If you figured
Confident.
it out? Confidence? No. I mean, yes, everyone will be confident. That's for sure. But there is one thing that is common with every other person in this list. As
Persistence.
I have, it's not, I will give you another clue. It's not an attribute. It's not any personal quality. I have told
Self-awareness.
you. I have told you the answer already in the session.
Self-awareness.
She has said it. Yeah. So, no. I think someone said it. Okay. So I'll give you some more clue. That is, it improves focus and concentration. It's an effective way to reduce. Can you all mute yourself? Self-confidence. And I can see a lot of the personality traits coming in. Okay, so I'll give you one more chance. That is improve focus in terrible early life. I don't know. Please stay till in the webinar. We'll continue. Yes, it's Agash. It's almost, we're almost there. It's the last. So now I'll give you one more clue. Okay, it improves focus and concentration. It's actually going to be an effective way in which you can reduce your stress and all the other things that you've seen in the screen. Yeah, yes. Sri Lakshmi, she has, I could see your answers, and that's the answer. It's nothing but books. Yeah, it might seem trivial to all of you, but this is the answer. Books are priceless. You have it all in the books. You need to make sure you are reading it. You're the one major mistake all of us will be doing is that we will read a book and then we forget about it. Okay, so I will give you 2 tips. What you can do is that, just a minute. Okay. Yeah, so there are 2 tips that I want to give you when you want to actually retain the information that you've read in the book. One simple thing that you can be doing is highlighting, but then highlighting doesn't work really well. I mean, when you want some information, you can't just go check in your books, right? So there are 2 things you can do. One is about when you are, let's say, instead of going with the number of books that you're reading, take one book. Let's say Power of Habit. That's one book. Okay, you can take that book. You can actually read it. You can actually sleep over it. You actually implement it and then move over to the other book. You start making small changes in your everyday life with at least one tip from the book. The book will have like a lot of tips. Okay, but then it's not really necessary that we can implement everything every day, or all at once. So take one small habit from each book and start implementing. Another thing you can do is that create something called as resonance calendar. How many of you are familiar with this resonance calendar? How many of you are familiar with the resonance calendar? All right. Okay. So that is, it's nothing but it's actually when you create a digital it's a digital file. You can maybe create it in MS Word, or you can create in any other online platform. Like, you can actually create a digital portfolio where you actually put down and record all your what do you call informations, or all the necessary information that actually resonated with you, something that you felt is going to help you. Like, when we read a book, there'll be a lot of information, and there are things that you will be taking away, and there'll be things that you will avoid. So whatever you want to take in, you just make sure you're copying it digitally and storing it. So whenever you want to what do you call, whenever you want to recall about some kind of topic, you can basically search about it, and then you will get the answer. But if you're highlighting in your books, like manually when you're doing it, what happens is that you can't go searching everywhere, right? So that's one thing you can do. These are like 2 tips. One is starting to implement habits slowly by slowly, even if it's very atomic or small, it's okay. Another thing is maintaining a resonance calendar. And some other way you can do to better yourself is to become a teacher. When I tell you teacher, it's not like you should go join any school or college. No, it's not that. Become a teacher in your life. Okay, whatever you learn now, you've learned the session today, right? Go teach this to what do you call, to your friends or family, or people who really value, people who think they'll benefit out of this. So become a teacher. So when you're trying to teach someone, you become, not just that you will be aware about the information, you will be really what do you call, qualified with the subject. Like, you will learn the subject more, so that you can make it easier for the other person.
Helping others for giving some knowledge.
Yeah, that's what, helping others. So so in this case, as we are talking about the personality development today, I'll tell you how this is going to develop you personally. So you will be very concrete with your ideas. You will have better clarity, and then you will also develop in the process more. You will be learning, and then you will also be taking in information as well. So that's about it. I guess the session was useful. So these are my contact details. You can reach out to me on Instagram or on LinkedIn, or that's my email IDs. So you can reach out to me with your career related, questions, or if you have any such, questions related to this, what do you call it, workshop as well. So yes, I hope it was useful. Can you all tell me how the session was? Can you all rate me uh, in a grade of 10 maybe?
Ma'am,
I'm
it's a
sorry.
great.
Thank you so much. Can you all type in? Great.
Yes, madam.
That is 10, and then yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. I'm really glad. I'm really glad it's helping people. Someone says 10 plus. I'm really glad it's helping people. So this is something that I'm really passionate, to educate people and to empower all of you. And like there are like a lot of people who have attended today's session. I can see there are like 50 plus or so. But if at least what I've taught you, if it just makes a difference for at least one of you, I will be more than happy. So I'm really glad it is helping you all, and I'm thanking 3GRS team and also Irfana that to give me this opportunity to be able to reach out to you guys and be helping you all. So thank you so much for the opportunity. So yeah, so until we meet next time in some other webinars, bye. Irfana, can I wind up?
Can you show previous slides, madam?
Yeah, sure. I can show you the slides. Which one do you want?
Starting few slides. I have missed.
Do you see the one that you're looking for?
At, before next from the beginning. Few slides.
Yeah, this is how we began.
Is it first slide?
Sorry.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah, tell me.
Is there any participation certificate given after this webinar?
I don't think you have that. I mean, you can just contact Irfana for this. You can actually contact the host. We have someone named Irfana, so maybe you can contact her.
Okay, so
Or
okay.
if you're not from this team, maybe you can, pass on your message in the DM. Like you can message me on Instagram. If you're not connected to Irfana, then you can message me. I will pass on the message. I thought you're
All right.
someone from her group.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Yeah. So I hope this was useful, and I'll just give like glance over all the slides once again, so that if you someone want to take screenshots or anything, it helps. Okay. So what I want to tell you is that as previously discussed with her, you all will be getting your worksheets. So if you're not from the team, then you can message me personally on Instagram. I will be sending you the PDF. So make sure you're writing it down. I don't want this to be some other workshop going on every other day. So make sure you're doing something about it, and doing something really fruitful in life, basically. So thank you all. Thank you so much. Bye.
Mm.